What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so former NBA player Antoine Carr thinks that Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls were lucky to beat the Utah Jazz in the 1998 NBA Finals. Carr made these interesting comments while speaking to Brandon Scoop B. Robinson in the latest episode of Scoop B Selects. Antoine Carr said, "I don't think at the time that the Chicago Bulls were the be-all. They were a very good team and they got lucky beating us." Robinson asked how they got lucky, to which Carr said, "Well, I remember one game, I ain't going to say somebody pushed off, but..." Then he says, "Well, I would say there was a little push off. And then there's also a couple of shots that we hit, a nice three-pointer that they discontinued it. And then I believe my man Harper came down and hit one. It was after the buzzer, and they counted it." Carr then joked that the officials cost the Jazz the game. So if it hadn't been for referees, we wouldn't have won this. We would have won this. Then he says, "I'm kidding." I know exactly what he's talking about. There was a three-pointer. There's somewhere right here. I do remember there was a three-pointer that Harper hit. I think it was in the fourth quarter. Yeah, right here it says in the fourth quarter, which tied the game at 79. It was a close call whether he had gotten off before the shot clock expired, but the officials counted it. But I think when they showed the replay, though, it appeared that it was still in his hands when the shot clock expired. So it shouldn't have counted, but it was a Howard Eisley shot. Let me see. It was a Howard Eisley shot that they didn't count. That should have counted. It was a three, but they waved it off, and it should have counted. So look, yeah, okay, those are bad calls. But those happen in every game. Those are bad calls. There's a difference between some blown calls and what we were seeing last year with the Lakers. That was something totally different. There's no way that the law of averages would have the Lakers after January 28th when you-know-who threw that tantrum. There's no way that on average, the Lakers will average more than 11 free throw attempts per game more than every team they play. Even when you look at the fact that the Lakers are only 26 in the NBA in total drives per game. But that's just another whatever. Look, man, at the end of the day, the Bulls were the more driven team. All right? The difference was that the Bulls had Michael Jordan and the Utah Jazz did not. That game, Game 6, 1998, Michael Jordan pretty much carried the Bulls by himself. Scottie Pippen was nothing more than a decoy out there. He hurt his back early in the game off a dunk. He really couldn't do anything. And Michael Jordan had one of the most incredible sequences at the end of that game, on offense and defense. And whether you want to call it pushing off or whatever, look, I can make some statements about, shit. Karl Malone was getting some call. Now, even though they did win that series, I think 4-0, it wouldn't have mattered. But in some of them games, Karl Malone was getting some fucking calls as far as free throws. So I mean, it happens. I've seen the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq get some BS calls at times. We all think that Game 6 between the Kings and the Lakers was rigged, unless you're a Laker fan. But then again, the Kings still had a chance to win the game in Game 7, and they blew it, especially Peja Stojakovic. So it is what it is, man. This is just further... This is just another situation where there seems to be like a growing anti-Jordan bias in the media. So it is what it is. Tell me what you guys think.